Hey, what's up, everybody? Wild Blockchain Academics. Every Monday, we go over the market, usually Bitcoin, Ethereum, market cap, all that great stuff to see where the market is heading, potentially heading, because nobody knows. Make sure to subscribe, follow, and if you have any questions, make sure to comment. We're starting to do a lot of IDO videos because those are going crazy. Our last IDO we did was Ardex. It did a 20 plus X, and we're reviewing a ton of projects coming out before. So you have the ability to get into public, you have the ability to get into private or public or seed allocations, which the IDO, like the DeFi section, is just, it's so hot right now. I'm going to share this video in the Discord and let's get started. We're about to crush 1,000 subscribers as well, which we are going to do this week, and we have a planned giveaway to do so after. So make sure to stay tuned so you don't miss out on anything. Let's get right into the Bitcoin analysis. I'm just waiting for this video to clear up. Done. Post it. Live crypto analysis. Make sure to join the Discord as well. So first off, let's look into the market cap. We just crushed $2 trillion, and I have the next targets at 2.25 and 2.53. I saw a lot of pics of 2 trillion happening, but on the graph, it doesn't show us 2 trillion, but I feel like CoinMarketCap and some other places have reported we crushed $2 trillion. So what I like to see is we had these lower lows being put in. Like, this is a clear an uptrend on the whole crypto market. We have our highs, our higher lows, highs, higher low. We're testing the high. We even put up a higher high than this here. And you can see that we started building this ascending triangle where you are getting resistance here, and then we broke up. So with the ascending triangle, you can use the base. So I'll take it from here to here as the next target. So that'll surpass my 2.25 trillion mark. And I have my next extension at 2.5 trillion. So I believe $500 billion is going to be poured into the markets. And we're going to see more bullishness in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, and all of the crypto market, like altcoins. Not every coin, obviously. Some won't do as well, and some will do better. So let's look at, so this is huge. This is on the daily. We had resistance here, and now we're breaking to the upside. And this is my first target, and I know it's going to get smashed. If we look at the Bitcoin dominance, I at first thought that, you know what, and it could have been foolish. I thought that these alts weren't going to perform like they're doing right now. I thought Bitcoin, and some other select coins like Ethereum were going to kind of lead, and I wouldn't let my thoughts or my conclusion let me get into the way of being bearish on altcoins. And I quickly realized that there's coins that are doing 100x, 1000x, 2000x, and I'm not going to just stay in Bitcoin. So I've been trading DeFi coins, altcoins on Binance, and accumulating some, which I've done super well. And the people who are Bitcoin maxis are definitely missing out. I take my profits in Bitcoin anyway, so my goal is to create as much Bitcoin as I can. I thought that we were going to push up into the 80% and then potentially see up to 90% in Bitcoin dominance. But now it's looking like there are some, coins that are doing awesome. Like, first of all, Ethereum, which has introduced this whole new DeFi sector, which isn't that new, but it is still fairly new. A lot of less than 1% of the world is on, Uniswap and using these, like providing liquidity, staking, even just trading on these dexes. So it's still very early, and I don't think that'll ever disappear. It's a whole new style of finance, decentralized finance, that traditional ways are probably going to die down very quickly. So once we've broken this, I expect Bitcoin dominance to actually come lower, 7.3%, test the 50% range. That was strong support, as we've seen here. Strong support here, a strong resistance. So this area would be a large area that I actually see Bitcoin coming down to. That doesn't mean the Bitcoin price comes down there. That just means the dominance. So more money is spreading into more coins, and that usually goes into Ethereum and then larger market caps and then into the smaller market caps. And that can be dubbed as alt season. People say alt season's here, and now it's like dinosaur season. We even have XRP, XLM, and these old coins actually doing Tron doing really well right now. So while this is coming down, the market cap for alts are moving up, and altcoins are just performing very well. So if you're a Bitcoin maxi, you've missed some huge moves, and I wouldn't just, I would swallow the bullet, and just move on and start looking at some good entries for altcoins. So that's pretty much it for the Bitcoin dominance and the Bitcoin market cap, or the whole market cap as a total. We saw Bitcoin crush $1 trillion market cap, test it, and now we're trading above that as well. So love to see that. For Bitcoin, I was looking at this previous area. This was the previous all-time high. So let me put a resistance there too. And we've been kind of trading and interacting with that zone very nicely. This is the all-time high at 62K. So that's what I'm watching us to break. And my immediate target would be 66K. We're trading well above the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, which would be my buy. And it's strong support as well. Let me clear this up. I had my buy here as well. So this was like the old all-time high, and that zone has been respected fairly nicely. Like, look at these candles. This candle is huge on the daily, very bullish. You can see here it's been bought up, tested, and bought up very quickly, and we're looking to break this area. We're getting a lot of sells when you come down to this area. If we can just break this huge red candle, I'd be pretty bullish, because this was a fairly larger dump, and on the daily as well. So if we start trading above that, the all-time highs next, and then 66K is next. I think that a possible flush, could happen. So, and why I think that is, there is a small gap on the CME futures, and there's a potential that we trade down there and we flush out like over leveraged traders, very high leverage traders, and people that have their stop losses potentially, down here. And I'm thinking that if we do that, we will still be putting a higher low. So the structure hasn't broken in a sense, and then we would just come back to test this resistance, this high. And if we did that, we would activate shorters, we would wipe out longs, and then we can flush them out and move to the upside. So that actually comes in line with my 4-hour EMA. So if we come here to the 55.5 to, it was like 54.5, that would come in line, and the EMA is moving every day, every 4 hours actually. So it actually come in line perfectly with where I want to buy, where I would take a nice entry. And you can see the last low was put in here, and we broke this down this structure on the downside and on the 4-hour. And when we broke that, I was looking for the first kind of larger pullback, and this was it, and it's been tested, and now we're kind of pushing up. And I still don't think it's, I still think it's very possible we get that last wick down before moving up. Bitcoin's I'm not sure if you've been watching Bitcoin from 2017 and even before that, but when we traded, because everybody's saying 62K is the top, this is the top. It's so funny how quick the sentiment changes from bullish to bearish. Literally one day, everybody's bearish, everybody's bullish. But in 2017, we dropped from 20K to 11K in one day. Like, it was a huge drop. That's like 40% drop. And we got rejected at 17K. Here, we've been holding this price zone around just under 60K for over a week. And you can see here, we've been holding that for a long time too. So if we were going to break down, I feel like it would have happened a lot quicker and a lot harsher as it being a top. We're not going to be just hanging around the resistance right here at high levels for us not to break above, in my opinion. And the longer we stay here and the longer we keep trying to break it, the more imminent like it's going to happen, and the stronger the move up's going to happen. And I'll touch on these charts before I get into Ethereum. So looking at wallet flows, 54K is the strongest area of BTC price discovery by long-term investors since 11K. Typically, BTC forms a strong base of price discovery 2 to 3x above the prior cycle all-time high before launching into bull market highs. This phase is almost complete. So he's saying he thinks that 47K is the ultimate bottom in terms of Bitcoin will not break that in the bull run. Bitcoin wouldn't break 47K on a huge sell-off. So if you're going to take a leverage trade, you want to have a lot of spread, a lot of breathing room. You don't want to get liquidated at 55, 56, even 49, 50K, because we could tip right under 50K. And what he's saying is for 54K, he thinks that this is kind of the bottom. If we push up to, I know his target's 250, 350, but on a bear market, on the flip side, 54K would be our bottom. That's like where we would kind of bottom out. And he's saying that's 2 to 3x over our last high, which was 20K. And if you look at the 2017 run, and when we came back in 2018, we bottomed out at 3,200. And then in March 20, when that Corona stuff happened, we came back to 3.5. The all-time high previous to that was 1,200. So that's approximately 3x from the previous all-time high. And this is approximately 2 to 3x from the 2017 previous all-time high. So he's thinking that we are going to push off here. And this is another chart he's shared. Not a trader by any sense, but this 57 to 60K resistance is looking a lot like the 17 to 20K resistance in November, December 2020 before it exploded. And here's the Bitcoin realized cap hodl waves. And you can see it's very similar to when we blew up right past our 20K resistance, and it's looking very similar in terms of price and these graphs that he's shared as well. And I believe that we will smash through 62K, and my next target would be 66, 75K right away. And it would be interesting to see how quick we can go up and how far we go up, to be honest. So I am looking for Bitcoin to move in the upward direction, and let's work on Ethereum right now. So Bitcoin's pretty bullish. We're holding an awesome price point. We're not breaking down. The daily candle's bullish. Everything's just looking awesome. We broke a 2 trillion market cap for total cryptocurrency. And even MicroStrategy announced today, I think yesterday, they bought more Bitcoin at 59K. So you have institutions buying up Bitcoin at today's price. And they're publicly buying it. So pretty bullish all around, including like all the PayPal news, all that. There's literally news every day with new corporations, new companies buying Bitcoin or incorporating Bitcoin. So very bullish. We're looking at Ethereum now. Same thing with Bitcoin. I was looking for it to break its downtrend. It broke its downtrend. And that would have been the first pull in right there, because I wait for the downtrend to be broken. And then I wait for the, a clear higher high. So this, broke down here. We had our lower high here, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then this was the test of the lower high, and we broke right above it. So I don't chase, I wait for the retrace. And that fell perfectly on the support here, which was resistance, support, resistance, tons of support here. And what I do is I go on the daily, I use the line graph so you guys can see like how do I do it sometimes. And you can see here that this was used as resistance, support, 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 and then we broke by. And then you can change it. So like, take a look at this. This is not touching here, but it's touching here and here. But when I put it back into candles, you can see that it's pierced through it. So I use the line to get my line graph on daily, weekly, and monthly to get like huge interaction levels of both support and resistance. And then you can see that most of the time, you see it right even here, they get wicked. So it's like, it's a little hack. They get wicked and it's awesome to use. So on the 4-hour, you can see we broke through. So now we're placing a higher high. We broke this whole market structure. We're placing a higher high, and this would be my lower high. And then not only is it a lower high, you can see that this is a hammer. a hammer, and a bullish engulfing. So hammer plus bullish. This is why it's awesome to learn candlestick analysis, because you can add it with everything else. And I'll just put a hammer candlestick. Usually you'll get the bullish engulfing. So hammer stick right here. Hammer, I mean bullish hammer, candlestick. You can see bullish hammer. This is that's a shooting star, but right here was the bullish hammer and bullish engulfing. And usually that is, you know, a clear sign of like strong buying power from those two candles. And you can add more confluence. How? You take it from the lower high right here, you take it to the top here. 38.2 is a strong PRZ level, so it didn't even hold that. It didn't even break through that. We go down to a smaller time frame, and you can see another one right here. On the smaller time frame, the 200 EMA is an awesome buying. Even on the 4 hour, right here, it just gets wicked in. Even if you got in here, the price is a bit higher than the than where you got in right now. I obviously, well, not obviously, but I like to use the 200 EMA on Bitcoin, especially because I want to show you guys before I go back into ETH. But I've been pointing this out for a long time. On an uptrend, the 200 EMA is awesome buying areas. Look at this right here, right here, right here. And like when I'm talking about breaking down structure, we broke this down structure with this up move. We got the pullback. We have a variation of bullish engulfing candles here. We have the 200 EMA here, and it's testing this trend line. So like those are strong confluences onto when to buy. As well as here, this is an awesome buying area. And as well as here, it's been an awesome buying area. And I'm looking for it to come back to buy. I'll put in a nice long anywhere around here. I'll put in a super nice long for the continuation up. So that's what I was currently looking at. Ethereum, you know, if you're not familiar with Uniswap and all the upgrades that are coming to Ethereum, everybody's kind of been hating on it with gas and, you know, BSC networks out so people can use that. But like all that negativity, I'm looking at it at the contrarian view. Like I want to buy this because everybody's bearish on it, and it's doing pretty well, to be honest. And I have targets at 27, 95, and 3,300. And once it breaks this top, I believe Ethereum will start leading the alt season, and it'll start outperforming Bitcoin again. And hopefully it does, because I have a big Ethereum bag, and I would like to turn that back into Bitcoin. So far, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the whole market in general is looking pretty strong. Traditional markets up as well, which it's good to see, because when it goes down, sometimes Bitcoin, the whole crypto market follows. So it's good to see that the markets are just green in general. Alt markets are just doing insane. And that's pretty much it. Just like to do like a weekly update on Bitcoin, on Ethereum. My videos, I get into some entries sometimes when there is a clear entry. Right now, we're waiting for a pullback to get in, or it can just continue. I'm happy with either or, to be honest. I'm just happier for it just to move up as a whole market. And in some of the videos when Bitcoin's at those buys, I'll let you know. We can also look at MSR quickly to see if it's a buy. So on the 4 hour, it just went into a buy for Ethereum. On the 1 hour, we've been a buy since 1777 to be exact. On the 15-minute, we went long at 1700 as well. We came into the 200 EMA, buy, came into the 200 EMA, buy, came into the 200 EMA, buy, and then this went short at 2000. But it looks like, honestly, it's just about to reverse this short as it's broken this top. And it looks like we're going to go back into a 15-minute long. The daily on Ethereum is long since 285. And let's slip over to Bitcoin to do the same. I'll look at a cleaner graph. Bitcoin's been in a buy since $10,000 on the daily. It's been in a buy for, I mean, probably cheaper. Yeah, $9,000. We haven't broken this uptrend on Bitcoin. So when people turn bearish, there's actually no like clear sign of a downtrend. Like the whole market structure, market structure, price action is showing bullishness. We're putting in higher highs, higher lows, and everything's just looking awesome. So 4 hours a buy. 1 hour though looks like it did change. Yeah. The 1 hour is a buy, and actually, what's the fifth? So we were in a buying zone for quite a long bit for the 1 hour. This would be your stop loss right here, the blue, and it moves up with the market actually. So it's very visual for people who are just getting started. And then the 15 minutes looks like it's in a sell. Yeah, exactly. And like, I can tell you that without looking. Like, I can use this. I know how to use these tools without actually turning on the indicator. I could read a naked chart. And you'll get to that point with practice and with all the studying and things like that, and just watching markets. So that's pretty much it for Bitcoin and Ethereum and the whole market in general. Make sure to subscribe. We got a ton of content